It's Menendez brothers.
Being molested.
They're back in the news because of the Netflix series that just went off a couple weeks ago. Now that's getting popped off. Kim Kardashian's in the news with them.
Kim Kardashian. What a joke.
She's one of those
actual
with the reformation.
And
trying to get the people out of jail.
The Emancipation Proclamation.
Kim Kardashian is a joke.
She's an actual joke. She's only famous because she sucked
what?
penis.
What?
On camera. Let's be serious.
Let's keep it a bean.
But let's keep it a bean, dog.
Let's keep
Good
it a
for
bean.
her. Guess what? Good for her.
Good for her.
She's made an empire out of it. She
You know,
has Kanye's kids.
I'm gonna say one line, and it legitimately changed pop culture. One wish.
If I had one wish, you would be best friends. Love is enough, man.
I'm singing the wrong song. If I had one wish, you will be my boo. Promise I trust you. Promise I love you.
If I had one wish,
One wish,
one wish, one wish, one wish, one wish, one wish.
And I don't need a lot of them.
I'll be okay if I get one.
All right. That song literally changed pop culture
It
as
changed
you know
the
it.
trajectory of our lives, actually.
How so? How
Go
so?
on.
I mean, the Kardashians as a unit changed everything.
Yeah.
Every girl wants to be a
Bad
Kardashian.
Bunny is dating a Kardashian.
You think that if
Is
Kim
he?
K did not suck on Ray J's ding-a-lang,
Ding-a-ling.
you think Bad Bunny would have dated, what's her name? What's the Jenner girl's name?
No idea. You're asking the wrong person.
I know it's a Jenner.
There's
The tall model looking
the
one.
tall Avatar
my
girl.
God.
He
No
wouldn't have
idea.
dated her. She would have been irrelevant, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
If the sex tape doesn't come, who cares, right? Point is, she's irrelevant. She has nothing to do with an actual case. The Menendez brothers are sociopaths who premeditated murder. It's first-degree murder. They actually should have gotten killed. They should have gotten the death sentence, but they didn't.
All
Just
right.
because.
But wait. Time out. Spoiler alert. I don't mean to get into too crazy into it because Gallo and I have no idea what the series is about. So can you just brief us?
The
real
series
quick?
is about the murders. Dude.
Okay, but just tell us why. And again, we have no idea.
Essentially, the Menendez brothers, they were super rich, lived in Beverly Hills, all this stuff. They hated their parents. They created a plot to kill their parents. They ended up killing their parents. They blamed it on the mafia.
That's premeditated, partner.
That's premeditated. It was a whole spiel. They went to go buy guns. It was like a week thing. One of the brothers, he even had he wrote a screenplay about killing his parents. I mean, it was just a lot of different things, right?
That's Beverly Hills shit, though.
I guess, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
They end
we're
up killing
going
their
to murder
parents.
someone. We're not telling everyone.
Right. They end up killing the parents, all this stuff. They go off, these guys, after they kill their parents, and they go out and spend all this money. They start buying Rolexes. One of them bought like a Porsche. The other one bought like a souped up Jeep. They were just spending all kinds of money on designer
Jesus
clothes,
Christ.
all these different things.
Yeah.
The cops botched the investigation because they were the ones that called and they said that they saw their parents dead. They were at the movies. They didn't check. The cops didn't check their hands for gun residue, which was filled with gunpowder.
Gunpowder, right?
Gunpowder
Of course.
residue. They didn't check for none of that. And then eventually, one of them confessed. It's actually like there's no way to cut that story short.
Sure.
One of them confessed to a therapist, and the therapist it's like literally made for Hollywood. Like they can't even make that up. The therapist was a crooked therapist.
Oh my God.
It was just a crazy
It wasn't
thing.
Jennifer Melfi?
Point is,
it was not
they
Jennifer
end up
Melfi.
confessing. They end up getting arrested for first-degree murder. Their defense was that the dad was molesting them. Right?
But
And
how
that
do
the
they
mom
prove
was
that, though?
enabling. And that's my point. Right? That's my point.
You're sick.
I'm not saying
You're a molester defender.
I'm a
dog.
molester defender. No, I'm not.
Let's keep it a bean.
Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bug.
How even
Yeah.
I was not
defended
defending
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant.
You
I was not
defended
defending
Cassie.
Lieutenant. No,
We started
I was
with
anti-Cassie.
Anti-Cassie.
Okay, so
And now-
okay, finish your point. Sorry.
I lost my point. No.
No.
The point is, okay, so
they
their
made-
their defense was that it was self-defense, being that We were being sexually abused.
Sexually abused by the father, and that mom was letting it happen.
But at this point, they have zero evidence that was the case, right? So now it sets a precedent. Now, basically, the way that I see it is you can kill somebody, and after you kill them, you can say, well, it was self-defense because they were molesting me. But the only person that can corroborate that message is the person that's dead. Oof. So now you can kill people, and you know what I mean?
That's a Netflix story if I ever seen.
Right, it's a Netflix story. But obviously, there's so much more. There's so much more to it. Now there's like a letter that came out that supposedly they wrote a letter to their cousin saying that they got molested and 8 months before the murder and a lot of things. They were sociopaths. You know what makes me even sicker is that now you have these little Gen Z cucks defending the Menendez brothers, saying they should have never gotten arrested in the first place. Are you kidding me? You planned a murder, and that's a first-degree murder.
Sure.
You went and said they sexually abused me. The only two people that can tell you that are the people that you blasted. By the way, can I tell you something? One of the brothers went back to the car and reloaded his gun and kept shooting his mother.
Oof. Okay. But
what any other questions about it in particular before you say an opinion? What are you confused about? What do you want to know more about?
So does he in any way show signs of being sexually abused prior to the murder? Is there any evidence of it?
The dad was actually a piece of shit, right? That was very well documented, that he was an actual piece of shit. Like, when you think about it, he raised 2 sociopath murders.
Sure.
Right? So he was an actual bad person. From what I've read and what I've seen, all these things, they couldn't find a single person to come on stand and say something good about the father.
Oof.
Right?
It's kind of damning, though.
Right. So he was a scumbag, but that does not mean that he was sexually abusing anybody.
It's crazy. Can I tell you a little bit of stat about yourself in a way?
Yeah.
It's crazy how you want the facts when it comes to a trial, and you're kind of like this all the time. But yet, when it comes to like your tinfoil hat theories, you're kind of like stretching.
You gotta have
in
a
way.
little, you know what I mean?
I
Have
like
a
the
little
drama.
balance. Yeah.
I like the drama though, because like there's so many times that Galo and I are like, "Fool, you're beasting,"
And it was
like,
the aliens.
Yeah. Did you see that light in the sky? Aliens. Like Papa was 4th of July.
No, but when it
there were
comes
so
to
many
like,
explosions.
but when it comes to like real things, like let's
Sure.
be real. Like there has to
let's
be
be
facts.
real?
There has to be a precedent. There has to be things.
No, but it's
where-
crazy for you to be the fact
The voice
guy.
of reason. Yeah.
Because
The
I'm
fact
like,
guy. Give
yeah,
me-
the
give me
fact
cold,
guy.
hard facts.
Yeah, like you're never
When
the
I'm
fact
the
guy.
alien guy. Yeah, because there's also
Because here's the thing, it doesn't push his narrative of
that
Gen Z
are a bunch of losers.
That's what it
Honestly,
is.
dude,
Yeah.
bro.
That's what it is.
It's
If
so
Gen
crazy.
Z was about like, oh, get him in jail, then he would push the narrative.
No, I wouldn't
of
push the
like,
narrative.
you know what?
Gen
you
Z
don't know
is
what
the
happened.
worst thing that has happened.
You would do the Cassie. Because Cassie got footballed, Greg the legged by Puff Daddy in his face.
We didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
The video wasn't out.
At the
So
time.
you know what's even funnier about all
ahead.
of this is I don't know. Did you watch the show?
No,
Gallo,
never
did
seen
you
it.
watch the show?
I watched like 3. No, I'm sorry.
I watched
like
30
5
minutes of it and I was like, oh,
5,
I'm over
6
this.
A big
episodes.
proponent of the show is
And it's
a big.
it's
thing.
a lot. It's a lot
Yeah,
to
it's a
deal
lot.
with. Yeah.
It was a good show. A big factor in the show was the music in the show was all Milli Vanilli, which at first, when I first episode, I was like, man, this is kind of crazy because Milli Vanilli, if you know the story, I'm sure you guys know the
Yeah.
story. They also were 2 guys who
Yeah.
were absolutely just trashed, right, because of what they did. And I found that very weird, right? And I thought that in my head at the time, and that was it. I watched the show, and that was it. It ended up taking the social media world by storm.
In what sense?
In the sense that everybody started using the music. The music itself, Milli Vanilli won Grammys. Because the music itself
Multiple
was
Grammys,
actually
by the way.
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't them, but nevertheless, let's just
cares?
cut it to the chase. The music was good, and that's why it won Grammys, right? So now, I don't know if you, well, I don't remember this, but the story goes that when Milli Vanilli gets caught with the lip syncing, They took away other Grammys. Not only did they take away the Grammys, they removed the music from the radio.
I believe that
altogether.
was the MTV Movie Awards 1993.
No, it was. I don't know if where it was that it happened that they got caught.
Yeah.
But the point is,
like,
the Grammys that they won were taken away, and the music itself was eliminated completely from radio. So right now, all this new Milli Vanilli that we're hearing is the first time that, even for myself, there's certain songs that I'm like, damn, I didn't hear this song. This is kind of a banger.
That's
dog.
interesting.
This is kind of a banger. Their music, their streaming went up 1,298% since the show came out.
Oh, that's interesting, man.
So now an entire generation, even us as millennials, that we didn't catch that, gets to hear Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, it's like the Stranger Thing effects, the
Yeah.
Kate Bush, where you
Yeah.
Right.
you
But
hear
this,
that.
I feel like this is an even bigger phenomenon because now you're getting into all types of songs from Milli Vanilli, like an entire catalog. Now they're like popping,
Yeah. Ooh,
which is
that's-
insane.
that's
I'm out here
interesting.
listening to Milli Vanilli like in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I have a video of me drunk listening to Milli Vanilli. Like, I recorded myself because I'm like, whatever, it's Milli Vanilli, dog. If I never saw the show, I would have never
Be like,
been
you know
playing
what?
no
Let me
Milli
take
Vanilli.
this video.
It's
of-
crazy, bro. Like the memes. Like there's, is that you guys haven't seen the show? One of the brothers dedicates a song called "Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You."
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
his
a-
mother-
yeah, that's
So
a-
I
that's a-
did see that episode.
So
and
he,
that's
which
so
was super
cringe.
awkward and cringe, right?
So cringe.
So now the memes on Instagram is like, oh, when I take my kids' PS5 away when they're behaving bad, and then they
I
play,
hate the internet.
and then
I
and then
hate
they
the
play the
internet.
song, "Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You."
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just popular
And,
song
and then
though.
they bring back the PS5 in the video. They're like, oh, you know what? Because they're gonna it's a sick joke. It's a sick joke.
Sick thoughts.
So there's so many cool, like funny things that have come out of it. I think the most sickening part is Gen Z thinking that the Menendez brothers should
That's
be free.
That's the one thing.
But
That-
it's Gen
that's
Z.
what come out.
Okay. But hold on.
Gen
Gallo.
Z
But
believes
hold-
that they got
Okay, but
abused.
just why do they think that? What's the reasoning behind
Because
it?
they came out and they said that they got
Yeah,
abused.
their main thing is like, oh, they got abused, so like it's not their fault.
Yeah, so
like it was their parents' fault because they abused them. They forced them to perform, capital punishment
Belage.
or murder
okay.
them.
But but did they get indicted for capital punishment?
Yeah, well, wait a minute, well,
capital
so-
murder.
capital
sorry?
murder,
Yes,
Yeah.
dude, it was first degree
Yeah,
murder,
first degree
and
murder.
it was up
Yeah,
to
capital murder. If from my understanding, is only two options: death or life.
without parole.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
what they're facing.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
all right.
is no, I mean, what they were facing, and they ended up getting just life. Because they're such sociopaths that there is a part of everyone's brain, even me who doesn't believe them,
Sure.
that says, well, maybe they did get abused. The problem is you can't just kill people, bro.
Sure.
That's
I
the
get
part
what you're
that Gen Z does not
That's-
understand.
I get what you're saying.
You
I get what you're
can't
saying.
just go out and kill
can't just
people.
kill
If
people.
you were being abused, then there's a
But
million.
But what does Gen Z want to do? Change the
Freedom.
judicial system?
No, they just want to free them.
They want to free them. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
but that's
you
what
know
I'm saying. Change the judicial system.
Yeah, I
if
guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
If
right.
you premeditate a murder, I don't care how wrong you are.
I don't
I don't
care
care how
if-
sick
I don't
the
care-
other people were.
Yeah.
If
how
you are,
much you've
look,
been
and I'm going to
affected.
sound really crazy. If you are a parent or a son or a
victim.
daughter, a victim of someone who consistently rapes you, and you go back and you say, okay, I'm gonna take him to this place. I'm gonna shoot a gun, whatever. As morbid as that may sound, I'm gonna murder him. You premeditated that. That is capital murder.
That's
Yeah.
First
Doesn't matter.
degree murder.
I don't care what happens. I'm not saying that you weren't wrong for it, but under the eyes of the law, you created or you committed capital murder. So that I don't care what the justification
Right.
is. That's not how the judicial system works.
Exactly.
That's Gen Z shit. That's literally Gen Z shit.
It's literal Gen
all
Z.
day long.
You're not wrong for saying he deserved it.
The dude, no.
One thing
Sure.
is saying he deserved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The parent, if the Menendez brothers got raped, if they were molested
By their father.
I'm not saying that their
Sure.
parents weren't wrong. However, you deserve to be in jail because the system has proved that is wrong. Because If you don't have that, then anyone could just be like,
It's
oh,
free
like,
game.
That's a different precedent. It
No.
sets a different precedent.
He raped me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
then
yeah,
I
yeah.
could blast him.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't work that way.
That's not how it
You
works.
have
Exactly
to
what I'm
have a
saying.
system
Gotta
to
go
say
through-
it's the same. Look, it's the same thing I say. In this freedom of speech defends all freedom of speech. So you can be a piece of garbage who goes up to people who die of hate crimes, like literally gay people who get stabbed by like KKK members, and like they're picketing in front of your gay funeral saying
Your gay funeral? What's
You know what we mean. You know what we mean. You know what he
oh,
means.
God hates gays. Like it's much stronger than that.
Yeah.
And they are the most despicable people in the world. They really are. However, you have to abide because they are abiding by the law. And they're horrendous people. But guess
Horrendous.
what? They are practicing
Within
their
their
freedom
rights.
of speech.
Within their rights.
That's
Yes.
the law. So if you're gonna go around and defend that, you have to defend the fact that you cannot premeditate a murder,
No matter what.
no matter what.
No matter what.
Gen Z, I don't care how much you want to do trial by media, and you think that like the world is Instagram, and because like though Instagram thinks that this is wrong because they got molested, doesn't matter, Papa. This is an actual system that you have to abide by. It's either right or it's either wrong. Mana.
That's it.
That's it.
Because of the precedent that it sets.
Yeah.
How dangerous, how slippery of a slope this is.
Exactly.
They don't
That's
understand that. They're so emotional. They're so, and
They're
the
not-
Menendez brothers being sociopaths know that, okay, 30 plus years have passed, and now we have these little losers here that don't even realize what's going on. We can play with them. We can mess with
We
their
could-
head.
we could,
and now we can have stupid ass Kim Kardashian who sucked a fucking dick on and got famous, right? And she can back us up.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's the new era.
Yeah. It's the BBS
and-
podcast.
and-
baby.
very-
Let's
it's
go.
the
It's the
Yeah,
very,
right,
very
right.
sensitive
Man,
podcast. Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
So Gen Z, you guys are losers. Milli Vanilli, I'm glad you guys are back. Milli Vanilli did not deserve what they got. I'll say
I mean,
that.
did they?
They didn't know. Dude.
What do you mean?
People are
They
lip syncing
they
right
knew.
now.
People
Bro,
are lip syncing right
knew.
now.
Bro, I was in Australia. This is a true
Oh,
story.
here we go with the Australia.
I'm a traveler.
No,
Australia.
bro. You
I'm
know
a
how many
traveler.
people
I'm
hit
a
me
world
up and tell me,
traveler.
"Oh yeah, we get it. You went to
get it,
Australia,
bro.
Gus."
You
I'm a world
travel.
traveler.
But he only goes to Australia.
We get it, bro. You travel, dog.
Yeah, dog. We get it, dog.
Your
Like,
girl's Australian. We
Yeah,
get
your
it.
girl's Australian, dog.
Look, oh, bro, I will not take this from a cuck loser who goes to Disney, dog. Let's keep it a bean, dog. Come on. You're a loser and your knee is messed up
Yeah, it
without
is.
using the word F because
it is.
all you do is go to Disney and you're a loser. I love how he's tapping his neck.
I'm a loser. I'm a loser. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's me.
You went to Australia.
Yeah.
Yes, we know.
So before
Everybody
I
knows.
get into this, Gallo
Mira,
was
like,
in love
do
with
that.
this girl.
Can you put that camera on him? Like,
Oh, a little gordito.
It's a new era,
Oh, it's a new
All right,
era,
listen,
dog.
Gallo's in love with this girl. My next point: you can't premeditate a murder
can't remember the murder, dude.
without it being something that's like you're gonna go to jail for,
Yeah.
and you're gonna go to jail for a long time. This isn't trial by moral. This isn't trial by media. If you commit murder and you premeditate it, you are going to jail for a very long time. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, third degree murder, Gallo, you can look this up, is
No, that's
something
third
with a
degree murder is
passion,
manslaughter.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
manslaughter.
yeah, exactly. So
Second
unintentional
degree is
a crime
passion.
of passion.
Yeah,
it's
crime
a crime
of
of
passion,
passion,
yes.
right? So third degree, you don't
It's
intend
manslaughter.
it. Yeah, you don't intend it. Something happened. The gun went off. Alec Baldwin. Right? Let's keep it a bean.
Yeah.
Number 2 is a crime of passion.
Right.
A crime of rage. Something happened.
You caught your girl with the dude. You killed him.
right.
First degree murder.
First degree murder
First degree murder.
is
you planned it
premeditated.
out. You planned it out.
And that's
you
part
had
of
a
it.
time
Go
and a
ahead,
place
Gallo.
for it.
Gallo?
Gallo, tell us.
Third degree murder is homicide that involves the killing of another person without premeditation,
Yeah.
but
man.
with malice, afterthought.
Some
Yeah,
states
yeah,
don't even have a third degree murder. They just call it manslaughter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of places like, for instance, like third degree murder is like a lot of people like before it was called third degree murder to murder someone being drunk is like you had to cause malice because for a long time third degree murder by killing someone in a DUI was like whatever. But now they say that if you are in this country you kill someone on a DUI, you knew that drinking was possibly going to cause harm. So hence there was malice in the intention of you drinking. So like, oh, I didn't care, I was drinking. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, if you plan to kill someone, Papa, I don't care what you are going to jail. This is a country of laws, and you have to eat it. That's just what it is.
That's just what it is. And I don't understand why Gen Z doesn't get that.
Because, bro, they think this is trial by media. They think this is like, oh, this isn't wrong. Like, you should do that. Shut up, bro. This is a state of laws. This is a country of laws, and it is what it is.